I am Jason Abraham, the Shadow Teacher 33. And a feeling that's been put out in the collective of recent times is the feeling of forgiveness, the feeling of amnesty, the feeling of letting go, letting bygones be bygones. And that old cliche that when we hold anger or resentment against another, it's like us swallowing poison and expecting someone else to die. And that forgiveness is not just about forgiving someone else, it's about releasing a burden from our shoulders, releasing a burden from holding animosity towards someone else. And this is all true. This is true. However, however, when there's been a mass deception, a mass level of manipulation, or even on a personal level, when someone has lied to you, when someone has manipulated you, when someone's committed a crime against your soul, against your quality of life, against your life process, and that individual or that entity never admits they're wrong, and we let it go, and we let that individual in our space, or continue to be in our space, or continue to have any kind of say in our lives, then we become responsible again for any kind of negative karma that that individual does in the future. And there's a good chance if someone never admits they're wrong, never sees ownership of what they contributed to a problem, to a fault, then there's a good chance that individual is going to violate you again. They're going to commit that same crime against you again. So what I offer is that we're given a gift when we know what it feels like to be lied to and deceived and to be abused. When we know what that feeling is like, we don't ever want to forget it. We want to know what that feels like, and we want to know what it feels like in the beginning stages. We want to build a radar for manipulation. So when we feel it coming, we can already start setting a boundary. We can already start calling it out. We can already start holding someone accountable for what they're about to do and make a sovereign choice in how we're going to deal with it. We also need to remember what truth feels like. We need to know what it feels like when someone is being sincere. We need to know what it feels like when someone is being honest and coming from the heart and is showing up in integrity. And this is the great quality of discernment. And when we have this kind of discernment and someone who's wronged us and they admit fault and it's real and we decide to forgive them, then we can at least say this is real, and this person's coming from a sincere place, and this person may be worth having a relationship. There's some integrity there. However, at the same time, if someone is not holding themselves accountable, if they haven't been held accountable, and they've wronged us, and yet they want to go on and be buddy-buddy with us and let bygones be bygones and expect just a letting go for any kind of violation they did. Again, I think we don't want to hold a burden of resentment on our shoulders, but how we engage in someone like that, someone who's not showing up in full integrity, is going to be different. We can forgive someone, but we can also, again, hold them accountable in our own way. We can keep them at arm's length. We can choose not to listen to authority figures who've lied to us, who have proven they're not worth listening to, not worth us giving our time and attention to. And again, people in our lives who have lied to us, who have violated us, who have wronged us, drug us through the mud, I never said they were wrong. Well, we can forgive them, but maybe we can hold them in a different type of regard. As, again, our boundaries and who we let in those boundaries and who we keep outside those boundaries affects our quality of life, our quality of being, our vitality. And I'm a believer. I'm a believer at living up to my own vitality, like living the highest, most vital life I can, and not interfering in the others with others and their right to do so. I believe other people have their own paths that may be different than mine, and as long as they don't fuck with me, I'm not going to fuck with them. But with that being said, I'm going to end this transmission now, and I'm going to quote the lyrics of one of my favorite Yngwie Malmsteen songs. Guitar legend Yngwie Malmsteen had a song from the 1980s. You don't remember, I'll never forget. So that being said, be well, my friends, be strong, and I will see you on the other side.